Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Paulie Radio Gymnasium on the campus of St. Augustine, Trenton, home of the Hermits. As members of the People Family and the NJSIAA, we agree to the rules and bylaws of both organizations. The mayor tolerance for neighbors and interactions with opposing players, coaches, and fans. This includes walking, making red bubbles, trash talking actions, which are going on embarrassment to men. Any harmful or physical conduct related to race and ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion shall not be tolerated. Will certify letters of objection to your children and families being assessed against your team. If such conduct is allowed to assess immediately, we invite you to constructive non-teaching warnings. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask everyone in attendance to please stand if you are able. Gentlemen, please remove the headgear as we honor the United States of America and all those that defend our nation at home and abroad with the playing of our national anthem. Tonight, the King Atlantic League proudly presents this American Conference game between the Wildcats of St. Joseph Academy and the Hermits of St. Augustine Prep. Now introducing tonight's starting lineups. First, we're going to be white jerseys and entering today's contest with a record of 4 wins and 6 losses. Please welcome the Wildcats of St. Joseph. Starting in guard at 5'11" junior, number 5, Chris Hill. Starting at guard at 6' sophomore, number 11, C.J. Mitchell. Starting at guard at 6'2" senior, number 24, Edwin Drummond. Starting at forward at 6'5" senior, number 1, William Banks. And starting at forward at 6'3" sophomore, number 2, Zakai DeJesus. The head coach of the Wildcats in this month's season is Mr. Paul M. Rodeo. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wildcats of St. Joseph. And now we're in the home New Jersey Tenor Twins contest for a record of 5 wins and 6 losses. Your Hermits of St. Augustine Prep. Starting at guard at 5'8" junior, number 0, Bryce Clark. Starting at guard at 5'11" freshman, number 13, Andrew Godfrey. Starting at guard at 5'10" freshman, number 15, Zabron Barkley. Starting at forward at 6'1" sophomore, number 10, Jacob Glenn. And starting at forward at 6'5" senior, number 33, Kyle Elphinstein. The coach of the Hermits in this 39th season is Mr. Paul M. Rodeo. Ladies and gentlemen, at the line, Jacob Flynn, shooting 2.
Great power move by Edwin Drummond on the 6'5" Kyle Elfenstein. Barkley working off a Kuzmine screen. Step back 3, too far. Banks will pull it down. Drummond, the senior. Santiago looking to go to work. He'll find the ball picked away by Godfrey. Godfrey pushing the ball up the floor, looks for Kuzmine. Can't connect. As Jesus down in, gets the lay. Clark doing what he's trying to do best, as that speed has been his go-to factor this year. Clark off a Kuzmine screen. Looking for his options. Fadeaway J, it's good. Bryce Clark with a nice play.
Bryce Clark loves to get to his spots. He's a great ball handler and then gets to his spot and drains it.
Clark. One of the most underrated parts of the game is that defense on a near steal, as Andrew Godfrey will pick up a foul.
It's going to be his second here in the first quarter. A couple of subs ready to come in for the Hermits. Hermits are just, right now they're very lackluster out there.
Helfenstein and Godfrey will be checked out for senior Aaron Jones and sophomore Jacob Plynn. Santiago, the inbounder. Coach, slow start. The St. Joe's team likes to play a slow-paced offense. If you're the Hermits, what do you adjust to here?
Well, you got to do something off your defense. You've got to do something differently off your defense, and if you're not scoring, you can't get into the full court stuff. You might need to do something in the half court.
Drummond hits on a previous three as Bartley's shot is up and no good, and in possession of St. Augustine.
So Hermit's got a chance here to go into their full court stuff here. Maybe can force some tempo right now.
Hermits running their famous press as Joes will break it, and that's DeJesus getting the quick two off the screen.
The St. Joe players. Jesus looks like he's limping off. Trainer Matt gonna come help out. Take a look at him.
Number 11, CJ Mitchell.
Mitchell's checked back in. Clark looking to go to work for St. Augustine. Clark's three is no good. Aaron Jones on the putback lay. It's good.
That's what Aaron brings to him. A little bit of juice coming off the bench. Nice offensive rebound. That's a bucket the Hermits needed for sure.
St. Joe's has had a successful press break early as they'll get the ball over the halfway line. Chris Hill down in, layup's good. St. Joe's has gotten the ball well inside and scored it efficiently so far in this first quarter.
Yeah, you were talking about the size advantage that the Hermits do have. However, St. Joe's is doing a good job of playing against that size and finding counters.
Well, there's something about that press that, that St. Joe's certainly, Coach Rodeo certainly knows that press, knows how to beat it, and his boys are executing right now.
Coach Rodeo, a very vocal coach. He tells his players what he wants them to do, but he's a good coach at that, and has good family lineage.
Clark, 5 seconds left. He'll take a drive down inside. Kick out. Kuzmine, Trey, no good.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter, and that'll, at this break, it'll give us a chance to take a look at our keys to the game brought to us by our friends at Toyota of Vineland. Well, the first key, we've already kind of seen it not go the Hermits' way, and that is to set the tempo early. They have not set the tempo. St. Joe has done that. They not only held the ball in their offense, but they broke the pressure. Second thing is to bounce back from that very difficult loss the other night. It was emotional. They need to bounce back. Again, 1 quarter into it, haven't really seen that. And the third thing is to match the emotion. This is an emotional game for St. Joe. Again, they've had a very rough season because of some issues that happened. They had the suspensions, they've had transfers. Coach Rodeo, this is an emotional game for him coming back to St. Augustine. And the Hermits need to match the emotion. And so, again, 8 minutes in, they have not done that.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen St. Joe's, they set the pace early, but Hermits, have historically been a team who could come out, in the second quarter or second half in a higher pace. And Adam, what do you think the game plan is here after a slow start in the first quarter?
I mean, they have this break to kind of re-strategize, as St. Joe's has been doing a good job of battling against their size and controlling the tempo. What the Hermits have to do is they have to force St. Joe's to take shots early and hope that they miss. I mean, they have to control the tempo of this game, and their tempo is fast. And having St. Joe's take as much time as they really want on offense is not going to lead them to success.
Drummond, as we previously talked about, has the matchup one-on-one with Helfenstein. Mitchell looking to go to work. Drummond inside leg, a lot of contact, no good. Put back lay from Banks is blocked away. Ball's pushed up to the freshman Zabron Bartley. As he'll find Helfenstein. Godfrey looking for a three, doesn't have it. Clark, the primary guard for this St. Augustine offense, has run it well all year as he'll look to go to work. Bartley off screen three. It's good. Foul on the floor.
Looks like they're going to call a double foul.
And yeah, it looked like Santiago and Helfenstein got caught up on that screen double foul. Possession will stay with St. Augustine.
One of those calls I never really understand, but double foul call. Hermits are going to get the possession.
Clark hands it off to Plen.
Good defense by St. Joe.
Godfrey working on the near arc. Bartley, a pull-up elbow two, foul.
One thing that the Hermits are going to need to do here to find success in this game is to disrupt the set plays that St. Joe's run. It seems like every single possession, they're trying to get to a set play. They're trying to create buckets off of screens and everything like that. They have to disrupt those and get frustration from St. Joe's as an entirety. If they're frustrated, they don't play well.
Yeah, we've seen so far their St. Joe's defense has been full-hearted. They've played well. They've matched this rotation from St. Augustine well. If your coach Westcott, who's calling the plays tonight, what's your going to be how to try to break this?
I mean, they have to control the tempo. I feel like a broken record saying it, but if they control the pace of this game and they're able to get around these screens and try to get open buckets off of set plays, they should find success.
As Hermits will pick off the rebound. Clark looking to go to the lane. Layup, no good. Foul on the floor. Or foul, on the shot. As Clark will go to the line to shoot two. Something we've seen a lot, on Wednesday against Middle is this team got to a line. Obviously, could have been more efficient from the line.
Yeah, exactly. They did get to the line a lot. Bryce Clark did that. Bryce Clark ended up the game the other night with 34 points. And to be honest, he missed some foul shots. Early in the game, he wasn't hitting from the floor either. So, but that third quarter, fourth quarter, overtimes, he was tremendous.
It's very difficult to stop Bryce Clark once he gets into a groove, averaging about 20 a game. He's really the focal point of this offense.
Yeah, obviously we knew he was going to be a big transfer coming into school, obviously, and this guard trio, I feel like, has gotten better every game. They've gotten more efficient. They've learned each other better. You have two young guys in Bartley and Godfrey, and Bryce, kind of a mentor to them, working, as the older guy in that rotation. But every game it appears to be better as Banks on the dribble drive is knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, I've been very impressed by the two young guards, Godfrey and Bartley. It seems that every single one of these games, either one of them has a good game or they both have a good game. They've been playing very impressively for a freshman, and they've been in all of these games. It's just sometimes they fall short.
Santiago on the rebound, inbound. Has almost stolen away by Plen. Banks will have a three ball, too long. Clark climbs the ladder and finds the rebound. Plen, crazy pass to Helfenstein as he'll draw the foul on number two, and that's going to be on to Jesus. Clark, off the Godfrey screen, will hand it off to Helfenstein. Back to Godfrey. Right-hand dribble, ISO'd out on the wing. Feed it out. Clark fakes the three. Finds Helfenstein in the corner. Looking to go to work. Spin dribble lay. Too short. Drummond will push it up the floor. Finds Hill. Corner three. Finds air. Hermits breaking the press early. They'll find Bryce Clark, who will go into the lane for two and good. A lot of contact. Both teams running presses early. Both teams breaking them well. Coach, thoughts?
Well, again, if St. Augustine trying to get that push a little bit. St. Joe doing a nice job running their stuff, but they've had a couple shots not fall, and that's been the difference in this second quarter so far.
It'll be Edwin Drummond going to line to shoot too.
Yeah, it seemed like in the first quarter, both teams had a little bit of a slow start. They were trying to feel each other out, see the tendencies of each player, and it seems in the second quarter the offense and defense has kind of turned up for both teams, and they're playing more neck and neck now.
As Aaron Jones going to be checked in for St. Augustine. Godfrey will go out. Jones, a tall, athletic wing guard, has played tremendously so far this year in his senior campaign. A guy who hustles well, gets rebounds when you kind of least expect, and can't ask for much more at Aaron Jones.
He's a program kid, a kid that's played at all levels and done whatever coach has asked. And this, you might see him a little more here tonight, just to give him some energy.
Coming off Drummond missing both free throws, Helfenstein working with Clark as he'll get a screen. Clark spin around, finds Helfenstein, fakes the tray, finds Bartley, top of the key three, just short. Aaron Jones right on cue.
Keeps it alive. Clark comes up with it.
Clark spin dribble, finds Plen. Helfenstein off the Bartley screen, floater line. He's got it. Hermits first lead of the night. Timeout. St. Joe's.
That's the first timeout all game. We're about halfway through the second.
Which is really surprising with the way the game was going, to not see a timeout to them from both sides. St. Joe had it going the way they wanted early, and I think that timeout from them right now is Coach Rodeo started to see it slipping a little bit from exactly what he was looking for. So good timeout there. I'm going to tell you guys, I don't like the way the St. Augustine guys look on the floor. Just their not attitude, it's the wrong way to say it. Just the way they look on the floor, the way they're approaching this. It's one of those games where, it may be something where you're going to Jones right now. Maybe you go to some other guys to pick you up a little. They don't have that look in their eye to meet the emotion that St. Joe is giving.
Yeah, I mean, some, have a big game against PVI on Sunday. You could amplify this as what some call a trap game. Obviously not looking to have that fierce energy as you're looking too far ahead to Sunday's matchup as Herman's looking to push the offense, running through Helfenstein. It'll be Penn, travel called.
Yeah, I understand why you say that the guys don't have the look in their eye. I mean, they've had a very tough last couple of games. They played a double overtime game on Wednesday night. They're coming back Friday night to play a very hungry St. Joe's team. So it's going to be very difficult to try to get the guys going.
But, this is where, and I always say this with a team that's deep, and you see Coach Westcott going to the bench a little bit deeper here. You see this. You have guys that can play or maybe don't get their opportunities all the time. St. Augustine's been playing mostly 7 guys most of the year. I say when you don't see the guys coming up with the effort you need, go to the bench. Get somebody else out there and take
Clark off the Helfenstein. Step back three, no good. Plen will get the rebound. Clark will find Plen. Hermits so far hasn't been efficient as much as they wanted as Aaron Jones, the elbow two, no good. We talked about, only 30 points so far in this first half. Slow start, both sides. Looking to run their set plays. If you're either side, are you looking to expand this playbook or stick with best?
I don't think St. Joe is. I think they really like the pace where it is. They need a game that stays in the 40s. St. Augustine's the one that wants to get it up 50s or 60s, and they're not going to get there at this pace right now.
Clark looking to change that. Also find Helfenstein in the corner. Blocking foul is going to be called on Santiago.
Okay, so St. Augustine coaches are going to go to the bench a little bit. Freshman Delanoche is going to check in.
Yeah, Delanoche, he's been a junior varsity standout for the Hermits. Scored 25 in their JV game versus Holy Spirit. He's been very good as a freshman coming in and making a big impact. He's going to get some varsity minutes now.
Jones and Plano come out as we stated, the young stars in Delanoche and Kuzman.
And when you're a bench kid, maybe a JV kid coming up, or just a varsity bench kid, you get your call. It's time that you gotta answer it right away. Earn your minutes.
Drummond looking to push the pace. Clark, active hands. We'll switch over to Bartley. Hill down in, blocked away by Kuzmine. Delanoche looking to push the ball up the floor. He'll find Bartley. Trey, too long. Rebounded by Mitchell. Mitchell looking to go coast to coast, doesn't have it.
By Bartley, good D, got in front of it.
Drummond, step back three on Helfenstein. No good, rebounded offensively by Trenton Walls, but it's no good. Clark doing what he does best. Layup down in, no good. Kuzma, the guy with size, can't get the board. And across the court, Edmund Drummond will force a foul on Bryce Clark as Hermits coming in with a lot of size here.
Yeah, one thing that you see too is St. Joe's getting some good looks. The looks I think that Coach Rodeo wants to see, they're not going in. If you start to see this game progress and those shots start going in, Hermits could be in a little trouble. That's a walk.
Travel is going to be called on Caden Banks, the 6'5" forward.
1 minute left. No sense holding it here.
Yeah, it's been a very tight game so far. Kind of basketball chess here. It's very low scoring. They're trying to run their own set plays and see what works. A lot of press breakers and
good look.
Helfenstein looking to go to work. He's got the size. He's got the bucket.
Nice that. I like the set play. Getting it to Helfenstein at the high post makes the move. Hermits by 3.
Also one thing we didn't talk about as Drummond will go to the rack and pick up the foul is you played another extra quarter of basketball on Wednesday night, and that's something, especially in this level, you're not going to be used to. Some guys obviously going to be gassed out, not going to be at 100%, but in this game it's big, and especially coming up a tough team on Sunday, you got to come at it with 110%, and this is a time in the season where it's going to be tough and what you conditioned for all year.
Well, I don't expect Bryce Clark to get winded, and really probably Kyle Helfenstein either, but yes, they did play the extra quarter there. That's why I'm saying you use a deeper bench here. And when the game's closer, sometimes you don't feel like you want to go to subs, but sometimes that's the right move.
Godfrey and Bartley check back in for this last possession, just under 25.
They're here. Hermits will have the possession to start the second half as well. So maybe they can double dip here, get something right at the end of the quarter.
looks like Clark's going to hold for the last shot here. About 8 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
Bartley off the screen three, doesn't have it. St. Joe's will find the rebound with 0.3 left in this first half. Hermits after one half lead 18-15 in a low-scoring matchup against St. Joe's here in Richland. Hermits look to come out with a fiery second half. We'll be back.
Is that really necessary?
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back to the Paulay Rodeo Gym as we are about to get underway with our second half. Hermits lead 18-15. Defensively sided first half for both teams. St. Augustine really couldn't find their pace. They found the lead there towards the end, but it feels like this team didn't play to the best they could.
No, I would say it's a nice way to say it that it was a defensive first half. I don't think either offense has clicked very well. St. Joe is definitely playing the pace they want to play. St. Augustine just hasn't been able to get it going.
Yeah, I mean, this break at the end of the first half is going to be very important for both sides. It's how you come out of this break is whether or not you win this game with how low scoring it is and how strategic both coaches have been going at it in this very defensive battle. If you get on a run here in the third quarter, which the Hermits like to do, they've been a very good third quarter team. If they're able to get on a run here, they're setting themselves up for success.
As Hermits will gain possession to start the second half. As going to the half, you probably have a set play in mind looking to get to work here. As Godfrey looking for the three off the screen. He'll go down in. A lot of contact. Helfenstein will get the offensive rebound and get it back in. Good hustle play by Kyle Helfenstein.
Kyle's he's the one guy that's kind of stood out a little bit. He's made a few. That's a nice follow there.
Drummond running the pace so far. We'll find a screen from Banks. Hill looking to go to work. He'll hand it off to C.J. Mitchell. Picks up his dribble. Hill working off the Banks screen, looking down low, tipped away. St. Joe's will stay with the ball. Hermits looking like coming out with a little more energy here in the second half.
A little bit, yeah. And again, you would expect that coming out in a game that's closer than they maybe thought it was going to be.
Banks, inbound three, no good. Rebounded by Clark, almost finds his way out of bounds. Mitchell can't catch it. Tough turnover there by St. Joe's. Bryce Clark, a guy who has been dominant all year. Obviously, we've seen him better in some games, having his best game the other night versus Middle, as Bartley will pull a three and knock it down. Zabron Bartley, the freshman, will connect from downtown.
See if that gets Zabron going. Nice clean look, good set play.
Drummond working with Clark. Clark, a fantastic perimeter defender. Top 1% speed this kid has, as Hermits looking like having a better start to this second half, as Banks will find Drummond at the top of the key. Bank is going to work off screen, double screen set, back out. Banks, tray ball, no good. Rebound, Clark will climb the ladder and pull it down. Clark pushing the pace, one-on-one. Bartley coming off the last possession with a three, finds Helfenstein. Helfenstein, spinner, lay, looking for it. He'll get Bartley another three, just no good. Foul can be called on Jacob Plen.
Okay, Jacob clearly over the back there on the rebound. It's going to be his second foul.
A lot of off-ball, unneeded fouls, I feel like, so far, and we've seen that kind of this year. And it gets them into foul trouble late in the game, and will put teams in the bonus when they just don't have to be. And that's what causes some of these losses in the stretch, where these teams get these free throws from in the bonus from these unneeded fouls.
Yeah, three-man crews. I mean, they're covering most of the floor. They're going to see a lot of things away from the play.
As Mitchell looking to go to work, it's no good. Rebounded by Aaron Jones. Pushes it up to Plen. Bartley, fast break two, short. Drummond working one-on-one with Jones. Underneath, layup, no good. Grab his own miss, up again, blocked by Helfenstein. There's the dominant size by the senior and Kyle Helfenstein as Bryce Clark looks to go back the other way. Fadeaway 2, can't get the foul.
St. Joe finally gets one to fall.
It'll be Chris Hill on the fast break 2.
Hermits holding on to a 6-point lead right now. They've came out a little bit better here in the second half, but it feels like St. Joe's is playing also very well.
Plen off the screen, bank tray, he's got it. Jacob Plen gets the Hermits' second 3 of the half. As we see Kyle Helfenstein, a vocal guy, you know, one of the only seniors on this squad. He's been a leader for this team, especially going to be your guy down low. He's played for this program, and, his whole time he's been here. He's been a supporting cast. He supports these kids. He's played a tremendous role in not just development, but the advancement of this team.
Yeah. Big thing about Kyle Helfenstein is he's a 3-sport guy. So every season during his years here at St. Augustine, he's participating in a sport.
As we enter a timeout off of the Caden Banks 3, a little more shooting so far this second half from both squads.
Said it earlier in the first half. St. Joe's is getting good looks, and they weren't going in. They've got the last 2 to go. If you see them starting to go, because they are getting the looks, if they start to go, again, this lead is only 6 right now. And St. Augustine has been, relying on Helfenstein, a little bit from Clark, and then, of course, you had the bank-in 3 there from Plen.
Yeah, obviously, you come out slow the whole game. We talked about, obviously, the season, and you're in the depths of the season where it's going to be tough. They've worked the bench. We've seen guys who haven't gotten lots of minutes, like Delanoche, and, Kuzma. We've seen him on the floor sometimes this year, but he's checked in today. You're only up 6, and if I'm the Hermits right now, you got to extend this lead down the stretch, because all you're going to do is get more fatigue.
Yeah, and one of the things you guys mentioned it earlier about, the next game coming up, and maybe when you're 5 and 6 and you're playing a league rival, there's no looking ahead to anything. So you got to take care of business here at home.
Kuzmine's going to be checked in for Zabron Bartley, and Andrew Godfrey will find his way back into the game. For St. Joe's, Aiden Santiago is going to get checked in. That's Godfrey, free throw line 2, no good. Rebounded by Banks.
Good set play, got a good look from Godfrey. It's a little short.
As St. Joe's will set up their slow-paced offense, as Chris Hill is going to work one-on-one with the sophomore Jacob Plen. Aiden Santiago. St. Joe's runs this high 3-guard set, almost like St. Augustine at the offense. And Drummond off the Banks assist is good. Edwin Drummond connects from downtown.
3-point game.
We've seen a high influx of 3-point shooting here in the second half. It feels like that the guys are kind of feeling each other out, as I said earlier, but the shooting is really turned on as the game goes in. The guys get more warm, and you got to guard these 3-pointers because it can really change the course of a game.
Well, we saw that the other night. 3-pointers changing the course of that game against Middle Township.
Godfrey looking to go to work off the inbound. Whole pull is short. Possession to St. Joe's, as Zabron Bartley will be checked in for Andrew Godfrey. Hermits going to run that front court press, as Santiago will push the ball past the midline, as Bryce Clark swoops in for a steal. Find Bartley on the near side. 2, it's good with contact. Zabron Bartley.
Just great anticipation by Bryce Clark stepping in that passing lane.
Santiago match one-on-one with Bartley. That's going to be Chris Hill, connects on the tray ball from the handoff by Santiago.
2-point game now.
Just under 2 minutes. Helfenstein going to work on the double, blocked away by Banks.
Banks, the 6'5 senior, averages about 8 points per game. Mans the center here for the St. Joe's team, and he's been getting a lot of blocks and a lot of defensive stops against Kyle Helfenstein.
Glenn looking to go to work. Spin 2, finds Bartley, corner triple. Got it. Zabron. Bartley connects from downtown, gets that 3 right back. Hermits up 5.
Nice job by Glenn to get the penetration and kick it out. Good D. Bartley almost comes up with a steal.
Bartley looking to go to work as will force St. Joe's inbound. Hermits looking to run the inbound press. It's going to be Chris Hill working on Plen. Plen off the screen of Trent Walls. Drummond with Clark on the far corner. He'll pull from 3. No good. Helfenstein the rebound. Hermits looking to push the pace here, up 5. Clark going to go down in. Layup, scoop. It's good, and the foul. Bryce Clark with a fast break 2. Gets a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, Bryce Clark is a very good downhill player. He's able to get to the line very efficiently. And when he gets those and ones, it really gets him into a groove and really turns up this entire team's intensity. As Bryce Clark, he's a very energized player. They call him the Energizer, and once he gets going, everybody else gets going.
Yeah, I mean, you see it in his previous games. Once it feels like, he gets 1 or 2, he kind of finds his grooves as his free throw's good. He starts to get hot. He starts to, feel himself. And when that's happening, that's going to be a great thing for this Hermits team. As just under 1 minute, Aiden Santiago will play off the bank screen. He'll find him, top of the key, triple. Too long, rebound to the senior Drummond as that ball is blocked away by as St. Augustine will call the timeout after their rebound with just under 40. Coach, you looking to hold the ball here for the last shot or get one up quick?
Yeah, I think so. The timeout was probably called there. Looked like Hermits might be in a trap, so they called the timeout there. But now that you've got that situation, now you can hold it for the 1. It's always a good idea, even in the games you might be leading. You're always going to come up with a situation where you might need a shot, to tie a game or win a game. So your inbounds plays, last second plays, that's the kind of things you practice all the time so that you're ready for a play like this. So see where it goes, see where the Hermits go with this. I'm guessing Bryce Clark on penetration.
Yes, the Hermits, they've been very good at the end of the quarters here, using their set plays to get them a bucket to end off the quarter and use that end of the quarter as momentum into the next. Let's see if that continues here.
It'll be Clark off the inbound. He's going to go to work on the sophomore guard and C.J. Phillips as Helfenstein will set him a screen. And I wouldn't expect a shot here for about, 15 seconds.
Yeah, you look to normally run it down to about 12. Start to play and get the shot up with about 4, so you may have a chance for a rebound. And here they go.
Just crossing that 12-second mark. Clark ISO'd out on the top of the key. Finds Bartley. Winged out. We'll find Helfenstein looking to go to work. Basket's up and good. That spin dribble finger roll layup has been Kyle Helfenstein's go-to as Hermits have a great start to this second half. Will extend the lead to 10. We'll be back. Well, I would say only during timeouts if we're talking. As we start this fourth quarter with Hermits up 10, inbound's going to go to Aiden Santiago.
Yeah, the Hermits did a great job at the end of the third frame, extending their lead from 2 points to 10 points in the matter of 2 minutes. Let's see if it can carry over that momentum into the final frame.
Santiago gets a late call on the foul by Plen. Coach, you see this starting group out here for the Hermits. I feel like unless the lead goes a long way, this is the group you're going to see for the end of this half.
Yeah, you would think you would see it for a while until it's, I guess, under control for a win. But long way to go here. And if St. Joe can make their threes, you're going to be right back in a ballgame.
Santiago works one-on-one. Back to him, matched up with the 6'5 senior in Helfenstein. Banks looking for Drummond underneath. Can't get it to connect. Bartley, the freshman. Godfrey looking to go to work. As LeBron Bartley feeds it off to Clark for the finger roll two. What a lay by Bryce Clark.
Just so smooth getting to the hole.
Santiago, the freshman, hands it off to Chris Hill. Hill looking for Drummond, who's got the size matchup on Bryce Clark. He'll look to go low. He'll have nothing. Feed it out to Santiago. Banks. Dribble drive. Two. He's got it. Pure from Caden Banks. Clark with a great find. Up the floor to Kyle Helfenstein. Touchdown pass, it would appear, from Bryce Clark.
Kyle Helfenstein, tight end, right from the football program. The catch.
Banks looking to respond. Doesn't get it. Hermits will have the inbound.
One thing that I like that this Hermits team has been doing this game is their ability to get down the floor in a swift manner after either getting a rebound or after an inbound, not allowing St. Joe's to get into a defensive set of some sorts, instead just pushing it down the court and not allowing them to even think before the ball's in the basket.
And as Hermits will get some more size in as Dylan Delanoche gets checked in as he finds Noah Plen underneath, and the foul. Jacob Plen will go to the line and make it a three-point play.
Love the court vision there from Delanoche, an absolute rocket of a pass to Plen as he gets the and one bucket here, looking for a three-point play.
Yeah, these last two assists have been something else for the Hermits. You have the Bryce Clark 100-yard bomb, and Dylan Delanoche, the freshman, on a find as Plen knocks down the free throw. Hermits go up 15. Coach, I feel like we've seen towards this, middle to end of the second half, this is the Hermits we know and love, and controlling the pace, as we talked about earlier, is a thing that needed to happen, and they kind of, adjusted to that late in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to guess they got a little bit of a wake-up call in the halftime locker room.
Banks will pull a triple. No good. Delanoche tied up with Phillips. St. Augustine will get the ball with just over 5.5 minutes to play here in the fourth.
No pressure again from St. Joe. Man pressure.
Helfenstein, the 6'5 center, matched up with Caden Banks, the other 6'5 center, but Banks will pick up the foul.
Kyle's very comfortable handling the ball out in the perimeter. The Hermits use him sometimes in situations like this.
Helfenstein back at top of the key to then, hands it off to Delanoche, who will get Bartley. Bartley, the agile freshman guard, looking to go to work on Chris Hill, as he will. He'll drive under, look for Helfenstein, tipped out of bounds. Hermits ball.
See if they run one of those. Again, they've done a nice job with their set plays off the inbound. There's one.
Bartley, top of the key, Trey. It's good. Zabron Bartley has had a nice second half here for the Hermits as he knocks out another three.
It's very important. The Hermits are up by 18 right now. It's very important for them to hold this lead, as it seems like towards the end of games sometimes those leads can kind of slip away.
That's a great pick by Jacob Plen. Will find Bryce Clark for the easy two. Right on cue, Adam. Hermits go up 20. As St. Joe's will look to do the same thing in Edwin Drummond. He'll pull a three. He's got it pure from Edwin Drummond.
Edwin Drummond has been a very consistent shooter for St. Joe's. It's been really killing them that they're leading.
Delanoche finds Plen. It's good. Jacob Plen from downtown responds with a three for St. Augustine.
Yeah, good to see Jacob Plen. He played well against Middle. Tonight he's actually putting out a good game as well.
Talked about Plen, the sophomore, obviously brothers of Noah. He had a little bit of a slow start finding a shot, but these last two, he's been one of the go-to guys.
He has been, and he's got a good shot. And when you're a shooter like that, you got to keep putting them up. And tonight they're going for him.
Just under the 4-minute mark here, Hermits lead 20.
Yeah, Plen was finding himself in the rotation as a freshman last year, as he's improved a lot going into a sophomore season, and it's only up from here for Plen, as him getting minutes as a freshman on a very stacked team last year was very impressive, and he's proving himself as a sophomore to be a main player here for this Hermits team.
Godfrey's checked in for Bartley as Bryce Clark connects from downtown, as the Hermits have found their stroke from three here in this fourth quarter. Drummond finds the freshman Santiago a triple. It's short. Helfenstein looking to push the pace. He'll do it. No look pass to Jacob Plen. Feel like the Hermits can't miss now.
Yeah, they're really starting to hit the stride. Helfenstein, he's been there the whole game. Played well tonight. He's going to be getting a call to come out here in a second.
Drummond's three is no good, and Kyle Helfenstein looking to go to work again. He'll find Godfrey, whose layup is no good, but followed up by who else than Jacob Plen, who's had the last 7 points for St. Augustine, as a timeout on the floor, as Hermits up 27. Coach, it feel like a couple minutes ago this team was only up 5.
Exactly, and it's like, you don't always have that light switch. You could just turn it on and off, but like I said, I think they got a little bit of a talking to at halftime. Even though Coach Rodeo, who's famous for those, isn't here tonight, all the members of the staff, including Coach Westcott, who's been on the other end of those as a player here. So every once in a while, you got to light a little bit of a fire, and I think they did that. Speaking of lighting a fire, it sounds like Coach Rodeo Jr. is trying to light a little fire under his kids right now.
Yeah, this Hermits team, they were looking at a game where they were only up 2, going into about 2 minutes left in the third quarter. That game has been blown wide open as they find themselves up 27 with 3 minutes to go.
What happened?
And it looks like a substitution error for...
Oh, my gosh.
Shows as Trent Walls will get checked
It's
in.
a 27-point game. I think they could have let the substitute go in there. But anyway.
As Santiago will go to work on the wing, hands it off to... Thanks as Drummond goes down in.
Nice to see the Godfrey brothers in there together.
John Godfrey obviously coming off the torn ACL last year.
Yeah.
Guy with a lot of talent, and sucks that injury hit him, but he's recovering well so far.
Yeah, starting to get himself right back into it. Tough injury to come back from.
And Drummond's free throw is no good. Rebounded by Aaron Jones to Johnny Godfrey.
Once you get down to the stretch of these games where you're up by a comfortable margin, it's nice to see some of these guys that usually find themselves on the bench get some burn late into this game, trying to get themselves loose. And
Richie Cruz's corner three is no good. Looked like 3 offensive rebounds for the Hermits. They can't get the putback as Santiago will get the fast break 2. Just over 2 minutes left here. Delanoche, great find. Kuzma underneath, layup's good.
Nice pass there from Delanoche.
Delanoche, guy tonight who's had a lot of great looks, as foul's going to be called on Johnny Godfrey. Adam, we saw the slow start. We saw, St. Joe's kind of setting the pace early, but now the lead is up to 25. What was the biggest adjustment for the Hermits, and how well do you think they executed that?
I think that the biggest adjustment was they saw that St. Joe's, they came out and they were hungry. I mean, this Hermits team, they came out at the beginning of this game, they looked a little bit slow. They didn't look like the Hermits team they usually are. I mean, it's very understandable. They've had a very tough schedule, but they came back into the second half, and it looked like an entirely different team, how they just went from being in a close game to just being up 24 in the snap of a finger. And controlling the tempo is what really set them apart.
Yeah, Adam, I agree completely. It was a different attitude that they came out with, and I think it showed, and it's showing on the scoreboard as well.
In case you missed it, Brody McDyer, Khalil Lewis, both checked in for the Hermits, and St. Joe's will find Dunce's Jones and Santiano Marrero. And Evan Eschenbach, as Richie Cruz, the junior guard, will take it up for the Hermits as he'll look to go to work. Dribble drive inside, power move, fadeaway 2, can't get it. Kuzma on the offensive rebound, puts it back up, and the foul. A.J. Kuzma will have the opportunity for a 3-point play.
I think as you see the season going on, I think you're going to see more from more time with A.J. Kuzma. I think he's going to do that. And eventually, the Hermits get some more help with Brayson Thurber when he can come back from his injury. He hasn't played yet this season. Good shooter, good defender. So hopefully when he'll be back soon as well.
Kuzma knocks down his free throw as Hermits will push the lead to 26.
As we kind of wind down into this game, we can kind of look forward to the big matchup Sunday against PVI. Joey, what are your thoughts going into that game?
Yeah, PVI is going to be a big one. You have a talented team with a lot of size, and PVI has Khalil Lewis will swap the ball out of bounds. But it's obviously going to be a test, probably your biggest of the season. You're coming off a tough game versus Middle. You know this team has the talent to compete with anyone in this state. It's just about how well they've practiced this week and how focused they are on this game. And, obviously you can't count a game out until it's played. As Lewis off the steal for the 2 dunk, he can't get it. Godfrey, the rebound floater, it's good. But yeah, I mean, PVI, a great, fantastic basketball team. They've, kind of ran the circuit here in South Jersey these last couple of years. It's going to be a tough game, especially going on the road in a tough environment. They always bring out a well crowd. Coach, if you're, you have a young squad here who, hasn't faced a lot of adversity in such a big moment in such a big game, what's your thoughts?
Well, the first thing is that's why you play games like that, so your young guys are ready for it. The other thing I would say is for guys like Kyle Helfenstein that was here, obviously played last year. Polo 6 ended our season last year. We played a great game up there in the playoffs. They just had a little too much for us. So they ended our season. So the guy like Kyle, he's going to be ready to go. And Bryce Clark as well. Coming over from Camden Catholic, Polo 6 was your big rival. So looking for Bryce to have a big one as well.
And that'll do it here in the rodeo gym as Hermits dominate from start to finish, knocking down shots from deep and controlling this one all night as they'll take it 65-42 over St. Joe's. Coming off a tough overtime loss, the Hermits responded exactly how you'd want, sharing the ball, shooting lights out from 3, and bringing energy on both ends of the floor. A statement win, a big confidence booster, and a performance that shows just how dangerous this team can be when the shots are falling. Adam, what's your final analysis?
I mean, the second half that they played tonight was one of the most impressive second halves that I've seen out of this Hermits team. They really flipped the switch, and if they use this momentum going into their game Sunday versus Paul 6, it's going to be a very close matchup.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in on your Friday nights as the Hermits will take on PVI Sunday at 2 p.m. That game will be away. We thank you all for tuning in tonight. Have a good night. God bless. After the Hermits win against St. Joe's Academy, we're met here with freshman guard Zabron Bartley. Zabron, you guys had a tough start to that first half. You came out a little slow. What was the talk in that locker room to get you guys going late?
We just had to pick up the intensity. I feel like we kind of came out underestimating them because against Middle we had much greater energy. So we just had to realize they can still play. We just had to realize if we underestimate them, they can beat us.
Yeah, you guys are obviously young. You got you and Andrew as freshmen. Bryce is going to be the junior. What is that, locker room talk like? You guys have been in the three-guard rotation. Mm-hmm. You guys have feel like you've gotten a little bit more efficient each game. How's it been?
Yeah, it's just, Bryce has been here before. Bryce was at Rutgers last year playing in the state chip, so he's been guiding us through, so we're getting better day by day.
Yeah, you guys obviously had a slow start to the season shooting the ball from downtown. It feels like recently you guys have gotten more efficient from three. Has that just been more of a practice thing, or you guys just gotten more comfortable with each other? What's it been?
A combination of both. Me and Drew are both freshmen, so, it takes some getting used to. But we get reps up after practice every day, so it was going to come regardless. It's just,
Yeah, and obviously Sunday you have a tough opponent against PVI. Probably on paper is the biggest game all year. What's your guys' overall plan as a team and personally going into that game?
You just, we can't back down. Obviously we're the underdogs, but we just got to play hard, and, we got to believe that we can win. It's just that simple.
Zabron Bartley, the freshman, everyone, thank you. Have a great weekend. We will see you on Sunday against PVI at 2 p.m. Thank you.
All right, thank you.